Lifted Convos episode 9. We done fucking up. We got it right. I got the Naked Baboons featured. Y'all are one of the first podcasts I listened to. I started listening to podcasts to like this year.
Wow, I'm honored.
And it's funny because the girl I had on last episode, I was her first podcast, and then she was on my show, and I was on y'all show before I started my fucking show. So you see,
that's dope. That's dope.
Peanut butter and jelly type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got a question for you. I'm pretty sure y'all fuck with Marvel and shit. MCU.
For sure.
You got a favorite Marvel hero?
Favorite.
Bro, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
This is my bread and butter. I've been in the superheroes literally my entire life. I have the Marvel encyclopedia. I got the DC encyclopedia. I got how many shelves? 8 full shelves of action figures.
You got the right guy on.
Number one favorite Marvel superhero has always been Thor. But
I don't think I ever heard anybody say Thor like mad heavy, except like in the movies and shit. Yeah,
I like the ultimate comics Thor. So like classic Thor with wings, that's cool or whatever. But the Thor I like is the Thor from the Ultimates animated movie. He's like just Viking basically. Imagine just a Viking with a big ass hammer / axe.
Word.
Drinks hella beer, fucking burps, kind of shit. It's funny, but is the most powerful by far. Outside of Hulk. But
I feel it.
I've always been here for that Thor.
Mine probably definitely Wolverine. He lit. That's always. I guess probably for the X-Men movies and shit. Like you said as a little kid. That shit's always been lit.
His persona is crazy.
Right, he just
kind of doesn't want to be a hero, but he always has to.
He always end up in. I feel like that's me. I try to stay out the way, but I always end up in some shit.
I feel like the easy answer is also like Spider-Man too.
I think everybody
like
just pick Spider-Man though. I think.
He's like the show that's easy to watch. It doesn't take too much to get into.
Right, you can just turn it on any part of the movie.
He's a playful kid that can shoot webs out of his arm and swing. It's fun as fuck. Just immediately, like without a story.
Right.
I was gonna say Doom, and I was like, that's not
Nah, hero. Doom dope too though.
He's probably Dr. Doom is probably one of my favorite characters.
Hell yeah. From the comics, especially.
For sure.
That man's
He's a
so
whack.
mysterious.
Yeah, the movies do him dirty as fuck, but bruh, in the comics it's like he go to hell, come back, all type of shit. He doing like little dark magic, science shit. Like he got his own fucking country. He like Osama bin Laden with powers, pretty much.
That's why that whole dark magic stuff. That's why Doctor Strange is dope too.
Hell
Doctor
yeah.
Strange. The movie's cool, but it goes way more in depth than like comics and stuff.
That's how it usually go. They gotta like water it down for like little kids. They trying to get that little kid money. But
he gets
The
in
second one's supposed to be scary.
I'm excited for
I'm
that.
curious to see how they do that.
yeah,
'Cause
Corona
he gets
fucking
in
up.
with, like Mephisto and Dracula and stuff, and gets into like some legitimately like horror stuff, which is dope.
I feel it. Cardo.
Bro, I was just gonna say Spider-Man. I like the movie.
I feel it.
I always feel so dumb talking to these two about this shit. Like, cause they're like, the Skrull, they fucking, according to Marvel Legends number 184. I'm like, I have no idea. And there's no problem with that. It's dope. But like, I just have never looked into it that deep.
You haven't even seen the new Spider-Man.
Bro, I haven't seen any of the new Spider-Man.
You said
you sleep.
Which movie are you?
I like the originals.
Bro, that's for sure probably my favorite superhero movies. Flat Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Really?
Bro, I even like 3. I like Sandman a lot. I thought Sandman was a really dope character.
It just felt like they could have cut like a third out of that movie.
Bro,
Yeah, they
for
threw a bunch of
sure.
extra shit in there.
For sure.
There's too much going on.
But as far as movies, I'm for sure all about Batman.
Which one? Which
Batman
Batman?
trilogy?
Yeah.
Which Batman? The Chris Nolan shit?
Yeah.
With
That
the
is
Joker
dope.
and all that?
Yeah.
That was tough.
That's
tough.
objectively good film.
Right.
The Dark Knight, that was the best.
For sure.
The best shit.
I like the old shit with Jack Nicholson as the Joker too. That used to be my favorite movie
That
as
shit was
a
dope.
kid.
I actually haven't seen that.
Oh, you
Bro, I
sleep,
have it.
man.
I have it on DVD. I can let you borrow
Watch
it.
that shit tonight. You ain't doing shit. Boom.
It's at my house, but it's dope as fuck. When I was a little, that was literally all. That freaking Monsters Inc., Cat in the Hat. 3 movies I needed.
That's it.
Watched it on VHS all the time when we still had a VHS player.
Uh-huh.
We only had a couple. I think we had Titanic on VHS, but that's beside the point.
Again, you speak Spider-Man. Who is yours, Brandon?
So hero, I pick a hero.
Alright.
I don't know.
Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Damn, I feel it. We'll come back to you. We'll see if you.
Answer.
It might pop up.
I mean, it's a lot of.
It is
I'm looking
odd.
for someone that I feel
Think.
like strongly about. There's definitely a few that I like, but I don't know like which one is like, oh, it's gonna go to.
Throw one out you like, and then we'll come back and see if you got another one. It come out later. Just pick one of them shits.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
I gotta say it right
3,
now.
2,
Right now.
1, bam. What's the first superhero you think of when you think of the word superhero? Bam, right now.
It's Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Cool
I
as
remember.
fuck.
I felt.
I like that he's a dude that had money,
Yeah.
and then he made a suit that made him be able to do so much more.
Because he pretty much could already do everything,
Yeah.
but now I got a robot suit.
Or I think Iron Fist is really cool too. But I don't know a whole lot about him, so I don't know if that's like the best, like the truest answer. Like
Fair.
It's just your personal favorite, you know?
That's
Ain't
cool.
really. Yeah, he lit. But speaking of Wolverine, superheroes really be doing a lot of dumb shit. Professor X is supposed to be an omega fucking mutant, smartest motherfucker on the planet. And every time some shit pop off, he send a motherfucker that's made of metal to go fight the mutant whose power is literally to control metal. That's all he would do. He's like, yo, Wolverine, I need you to push up. I know Logan get tired of this shit. Come on, bro.
I would like to think that Professor X is smart enough to send him in as a leader. That's what I'm going with.
The leader get his ass whooped.
Hey, I'm trying to save face for Professor
Yo,
X.
like, bro, like, you so fucking smart. You control minds and everything. And you
I
really
don't know why
seen
he
Wolverine.
Well, he just controlled
Every time.
Magneto. I guess it's Magneto's
He always wear that helmet because he know about Professor X. And speaking of, Magneto did nothing wrong. I'm a proud follower of the Magneto did nothing wrong group. He really be chilling until people come start fucking with him. Like the
Honestly,
Apocalypse
that's
movie,
facts.
he's just chilling. He had a wife and kid.
Who's the best
What
part
was
and
he-
about
then cut.
Apocalypse?
What was he doing in the first X-Men movie?
The very first one,
Wasn't he trying to? He was like creating a big machine that was
he
gonna
was.
do something.
It was gonna turn
sinister?
everybody into mutants. So like it wouldn't be like no like racism and shit. The only bad thing was like it killed humans. So like some humans would die. But I mean he was like fuck it though, bruh. Magneto,
I don't know.
He's
He's
like
a-
eugenics.
I
Yo.
don't know about like. I mean,
bruh. He was
that one's definitely bad. Like that's definitely.
Okay, that was a little bad. All right, that was a little bad. All right, he was misled. But yo,
I don't know that that's the
after
best
that,
representation of Magneto though.
I think the other ones like when he's younger, I think that's a better
like
one.
First
Those are
Class
dope.
was super cool.
But if you think about it though, I know they're not connected, but if you look at it like this, if you consider the young Magneto and the old one the same, it's you could kind of see
could
it.
kinda make it
Because
up.
like okay, you see he's not
Yeah.
as bad, but like as shit keep fucking with him,
He gets
he
worse
just
and
get
worse.
pissed
Which
off
makes
more.
You see like what he went through when he was little, like the
Yes,
Holocaust.
like the first movie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was a fucking Jew and a mutant.
I mean,
You
ultimately-
just
ultimately,
you catch your head from
he's-
all sides.
He's really just fighting for the rights for the mutants.
He is
Basically.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
he had so much pushback that he kind of goes a little crazy all the time.
Like, bro, in the Apocalypse movie, he was chilling. Like, people wanted his
100%.
head, but like he had a wife and kid. He was out the way. They came fucking with him.
He saved somebody. And
Right.
then people came and because he was immune, he had to use his powers. He got
To
out.
save him. And
Oh,
then they,
yeah.
But he saved people from a big ass thing dropping on some people. He was like,
and
I haven't
then
watched
he had to
Apocalypse.
slap all of them.
Apocalypse is an
Put him in the
objectively
ground.
bad movie.
Yeah,
but
but
Magneto's pretty cool in it.
Yeah, that's on Disney Plus. I was watching this shit the other night, like just smoking just to watch some shit.
It's pretty cool.
My favorite new one is Days of Future Past.
That's pretty cool.
This
Oh,
is-
yeah, I
this
like
is
that
actually
one.
Legit good
Yeah.
movie.
It was a little long because
Yeah.
I watched it like when I was
Superhero
younger,
movies
but yeah,
get long.
depending.
Because there's so much shit to talk about.
It is.
They're
Right.
not really- especially in X-Men, there's so many different characters you gotta show.
There's so many layers. We've spent, I don't know, 10 minutes talking about it already.
Let's check shit.
People don't give superheroes
Yeah, damn near
enough
10
credit.
minutes.
Look at that, my internal timer.
Like
Come on.
boom, this is my fucking superpower.
But for real, I don't feel like people look down on superhero stuff because it's like, superheroes. But it's so like multi-layered.
I think the fucking director that made Goodfellas, he was talking shit. He's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yo,
Oh, yeah.
these superhero movies aren't really movies. I'm like, bro, all you make is gangster movies. And I fuck with them, but I'm like, bro, you can't really talk shit about them just making
Well,
superhero
he
movies
makes
and
other
all your
movies.
shit is the same.
It's not all gangster movies. Look,
Brandon's a big Scorsese fan.
look, I felt like it was definitely a little like.
Weird.
I don't think he should have been saying it like that because it still takes a lot of work to make those movies.
Facts.
But the Marvel movies at the end of the day are they factorize movies. They figured out how to push out the right movies to make money, and it's all recreating stuff that already exists, basically. So I understand him, like, maybe I could understand why you have that feeling, but I still think it's whack to like downplay someone else's art.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should have said that.
Right.
I think the Marvel movies specifically follow a pretty similar formula for a lot of them, and I could definitely see what you're talking about, people downplaying it. But you've got to think about, like, I don't know, you got to think about it as a business. There's a lot of things you got to take into account when you talk about something like that.
For sure.
Oh, there's my dog on camera. Can you see it?
Give me a tail.
Oh, wait, which side of that? Oh, weak. Motherfuckers who listen to the Spotify don't know what the fuck happened. But if you're on YouTube,
I don't need to. It'll
that's
be
why I
a
say watch me on YouTube too. Get my views up. I appreciate y'all. I was thinking the other day too, if Batman was like a real person, he'd be like a fucking YouTuber or like a vlogger or some shit. Like, the YouTubers that follow like rap shit, and it's like all this bad shit that's going on behind the backgrounds. He'd just be like, watch, like, oh, putting this shit together.
100%.
And Batman was real.
They follow him and make videos of him too.
I heard beating niggas up over apes and shit, breaking arms.
Well, how do you
Fucking.
guys feel about the new movie that's coming out?
Which movie?
Or, well, eventually, there's a new Batman coming out.
What the fucking the motherfucker from Twilight?
Yeah, and they're,
I don't know
the
how I
guy
feel
who's
about that.
directing it is the guy that made Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
The reboots.
I like those movies. I did like those movies.
So like, I'm excited for the directing, and I think Robert Pattinson is kind of.
For those who don't know, Robert Pattinson is the vampire from Twilight, the main one.
And I feel like that spoils him for a lot of people, but he's a great actor.
He's a legitimate
If you
actor.
watch any of his other movies, that man can act.
Did you see that movie? I didn't see it, but I saw the end. It's basically like a love movie or whatever. But the end is so wild. Like, him and his lady, they looking at each other from the building, like waving. But the building he in is in the 9/11 building.
What?
So that's the end of the movie.
I
The
heard
plane
that
hit the building.
I heard that it that the way that it tied into that was like terrible.
Like, it was like off the wall type
He was
shit.
just like, all right, so like he just ended up in like the fucking.
That sucks.
Like, it's
tower.
coincidence type
It was
shit.
just
Like,
a way that it worked out.
ain't have shit to do with the movie at all. It's like, boom.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So
The
It's
end.
just like some kind of love story, and then at the end they're like, yeah. And
Make the shit sad real
Yeah.
quick.
We
Put some
have
bullshit
to
in
kill
there.
him.
they were like,
How do we kill him in
Have
the
you-
most sad way possible?
For real. Have you seen Good Time?
Good time. The show, like Good Times.
Good Time. Good Time. It's a movie with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, okay.
It's an A24 movie. Shout out A24. They don't need a shout out, but
Yeah,
any
they're doing
movie,
big things.
any movie that's made by A24 is probably a good movie.
For real.
It's at least pretty good.
What's the shit about?
It,
It's basically this guy and his brother who like try and rob a bank, but the shit goes bad, and he has to try. Like, his brother gets caught, and he's like mentally retarded. And
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say nowadays.
what do you say?
Not that.
Mentally retarded?
Which that's what I thought. Like, I know
Yeah,
people
I
get
thought- I
mad.
thought I was
This
saying
is
it
the
in a
book.
nice
This is
way.
like a dictionary.
all I'm saying
You can also
is-
say like mentally handicapped if you want.
All I'm saying is we're getting canceled now. Give us.
Oh, I've been
give us
canceled on mine. Y'all might be
give us
fine.
5
I've
years.
definitely,
Give us
I've
5
already
years.
crossed the threshold of being canceled. I feel like 8 episodes in.
It was a descriptive factor.
Bro, I'm gonna try to be like an actor or something, and then they're gonna fire me. They're gonna be
You're
like,
gonna be an actor?
Nah.
Sorry, that's not. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I have faith in you. That just didn't seem like you.
Yeah, he ain't want to shit on your dreams.
I don't have the look for that.
Bro,
I'd buy so many tickets to a movie you were in. I'd buy like 100.
Oh, yo, you just, bro, you taking me on a roller coaster of emotions.
Bro, it's just not something I'd see you doing, but I would fully support.
I feel it. Oh, the fucking movie.
oh. So
Fucking
yeah,
what-
so
what-
basically the guy gets caught, and then Robert Pattinson has to try and save him, but he does some really fucked up shit, and like, I don't know, it's really fucked up, but it's really interesting, and the directors do such a good job of making you like feel like anxious and like scared throughout, like during certain parts of the movie. Have you seen Uncut Gems?
Yes, I just seen that shit on
It's the same-
YouTube.
Same director.
Oh, word.
And
That was,
it's the same directors as Good Time.
the end, they did my boy so dirty at the end though. Like, he had won the money and everything. I was like, what the fuck?
I was, cause
Part
I
of
was
me
on
felt
the-
relieved.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, and then when he did it, I was like, "This is fucking did it just."
This is just some
And then the
slight
guy came up
spoilers.
with the gun, and I was like, what? No. And then the quiet, I was like, oh shit, oh my god, no. Oh, Adam Sandler.
Yo, I'm fucking
The
dying.
way it happened was so aggressive, and out of nowhere, it caught me off guard.
It's like the fucking 9/11 shit. Like, it's just like off the wall type shit.
I feel like it was better than that, just from the way you described it. I'm just imagining how that storyline played out, like the way they did, like the storyboard for it, like.
For
like,
real.
I don't. This is me, like I was seeing the movie. They probably meet in the beginning, and things kind of go, like they go pretty good, and then there's some kind of thing that makes it hard. And
Yeah.
They gotta work it out, and then they finally fall back in love again. And then the end of the movie, she looks at him, and then he looks back at her, and then they zoom out, and he's in the building, and then you just see the building. Come on, it doesn't work.
Bro, I need to watch this movie.
I haven't even seen the whole movie. I just know that ending. It ended
It's
just through me.
hilarious.
Fucking, oh, this is what the fuck I was about to say about the Batman shit. If Batman also is real, I feel like he just be out here beefing with rappers and shit. 'Cause, you know, rappers be doing wild shit, still be doing legal shit. And like Batman is just like coming out fucking niggas up and shit. Like, oh, Kodak Black gets out of jail and then Batman just waiting. breaking his fucking arm and shit.
Dang, bro.
Like,
Bro, the fucking
probably
audacity to be Batman and try to take the law into your own hands in the real world. What a dick does that actually take?
like yo, you
What
just
an
chilling,
asshole.
like you just chilling doing like the lowest crime possible, like you just smoking or some shit, like in
your
your car
arm.
on your lunch break, and Batman just punches your window, yanks you out your shit.
Don't do drugs.
I've
Fucking
seen-
breaks a rib or something. Like that's not
I've seen videos of people getting beat up, and the caption will be like, "Batman when he catches you with a gram of weed."
Yo,
I'll be like, damn.
and them shits be killing me. Cause low key, I really feel like it would be that. Cause you see him stopping regular criminals, but like, what does he consider crime type shit?
And what are his morals?
I'd like to
Right.
think he's
We
smart
wouldn't
enough
know.
to know that. I think he'd be smart enough to be like, we should be legal. You think he's for weed being legal, or is he against it?
I don't know, bro.
Because
I don't
he's
know.
like, he
I
has
don't
all this
think so.
information to study the path that drugs take. So he would.
Are you
I feel
talking
like-
about in the comics or
I
if
feel-
we were real life?
I feel like realistically,
Like it would be count his mind, but in real life.
I feel like
No.
realistically, he's intelligent enough to know, like,
Yeah, but he's
he would
rich.
see like all the government
He's
sold
rich.
crack
Oh yeah,
on the
rich people
streets.
have their own
Rich
whole
people
different shit.
are trying to save
He's
themselves,
also,
bro.
I don't know how sound his mental state would be because he's being fucking Batman.
That's bad.
So who really knows?
You think he has time to vote?
Yo,
Does he like nail it?
Bro, because
Yo,
he still
bro, he's
has
a
to
runner.
carry on his day. Like,
Oh.
he still has to carry on his day.
He does,
So
he does.
But look, this is what I'm thinking. Because he's ultimately he is an investigator too. I know
Right,
he beats
right.
up people, but ultimately he's an investigator.
A detective.
So I
World's
feel
greatest
like
detective.
throughout his life, in real life, he'd investigate like if he's trying to stop crime, he's gonna investigate what's causing this crime. So I'm like, he's gonna follow the things and be like, what? Like the government put crack on the streets, like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like just because
I would
of the
hope so.
nature of his job and he's done it for so long, I feel like he would see like
And he done dealt with like dirty cops and
the
shit,
roots
so
of-
he
you
know
what
like
I'm
shit
saying?
corrupt.
So he probably
So
maybe even be an activist, maybe.
You think
Somebody-
Batman would be?
I don't know how you can-
Batman would have like a fucking Twitter page. He got the blue check mark.
How do you wear a mask and be an activist?
It'd be so funny. Like every fucking episode, it's like noise that happen in the background, and sometimes the shit get picked up on the fucking mic, and sometimes it don't. So like we'll be weak as fuck, me and the guests, and then like the fucking audience like, what the fuck are you laughing at?
You
And it's
to
like
be here.
if the audio is on, if you caught it, you caught it. It's funny. If not, fuck it. It ain't for you.
We should have a live audience so they could hear.
Bro,
Just a little clapping shit. Just yeah.
Corona.
But
Probably, that's probably not the best.
Think Batman be verified? I think he'd be verified.
Bro, for sure.
Bruce Wayne definitely be verified.
Yeah, Bruce
but
Wayne.
Batman just has his own separate account.
I don't think
I don't
Batman
think-
would be on Twitter. I think Bruce Wayne probably would to keep it up.
Right.
I don't know. Batman must have his own Twitter, just
He's
like
gotta have some
talking
sort of
you
shit.
know, this Batman, like Batman, you just
Not
Right,
even that.
right.
Just talking shit from his Twitter. Like, hey, bitch, I'm on 63rd Street. King Von, stay in the house. I know you out here doing illegal shit. I'm on your ass.
The last 3 times he had Twitter beef, Batman beat him up. We got footage of whatever happened. It'd be so wild.
All right, so boom, boom. I have some conspiracy. Well, a conspiracy theory. I feel like I know you saw my first episode. I don't know if you've seen my
I'm gonna
first
be
episode.
100% honest. I did not.
I'm gonna put you on game. Okay, we just met today, so boom.
Yeah, for
You like out of my podcast. You like the first person I haven't met who's on the podcast.
I like that though. This is really
That's
cool.
lit.
I feel like this is, like,
Congratulations. Yeah, but fucking basically, episode 1 of my podcast had a conspiracy theory, and I was like, I don't think. Had to pause, look at the camera. I don't think fucking Stevie Wonder is blind for real. It's been multiple occasions.
I don't.
Where people, let me finish. Let me fucking finish. I'm gonna give you all the facts.
Like what?
I'm gonna give you all the facts. When people take pictures of him, he looks at the camera. Somebody has phones. They show him the phone. He's looking at the phone, and there was a story. I forgot who it was, a comedian or some shit. He pulled up to Stevie's house. He's like, "Oh yeah, let's slide to this club party, whatever." Stevie got in the car, the driver's seat, put the keys in, crunk it up. He looked in his rearview mirror, was about to back the fuck up. And his homie was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just playing. No, the fuck you're not, bro. Stevie, I promise you, after he dies, it's going to be a whole documentary about, oh, yeah, some lady or a little side bitch going to pop out of baby mouth. Like, oh, yo, Stevie's not really blind, man. He did that because he heard about Ray Charles. He was trying to blow up. You know? It got too far. He had to keep it up, you know. That's who, bro. If you were really blind, you wouldn't give a fuck about your hair. He cares about his hair too much. You see how far back his fucking hairline is and, like, how thin his dreads are. He doesn't want to lose it. You know why? Because he can see it. If you were blind, you wouldn't give a fuck. So I feel like I'm making a solid argument here.
Bro,
I
what
get
if his
what-
sense of touch is like enhanced and like he could feel it like a lot
That does not excuse him looking in the rearview mirror.
Okay, that doesn't
but
excuse that.
What if he was a superhero? What if he was like Daredevil?
Bro, side note, Daredevil, he's up there with my favorite.
Daredevil's actually really
He's not in my top, but I fuck with him. Like the Netflix show,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
But okay, this is gonna be probably more thought out than you would like.
About the Stevie
to
shit?
make it funny. Yeah.
This is not even a
This
conspiracy. This is
okay.
episode 1, but we going
Okay.
deeper than this. Go ahead.
I
Right
believe, not
Right
I
here.
believe, a lot of blind people have different sensitivities to light, so they can still perceive light. You just can't see like shapes or whatever. So like
Right.
maybe that's know how he to get in the picture.
Okay.
Maybe that's know how people are looking at his phone.
Okay.
You can like blind people most of the time aren't 100% blind.
Okay, what about the driving shit?
Spectrum.
What about the driving shit?
I can't excuse. maybe
Maybe I don't know. He could see like the light coming from the.
maybe he's used to it because it's been like that his whole life.
Maybe
I don't know.
'cause
I don't know
also
him like that.
the rear view mirror. I feel like most. Was he born blind?
I don't even
the
know.
background
Like,
of
to
it.
be
I don't
honest
either.
with you,
But I feel like he
I'm
would
making
know like where.
assumptions.
Not to completely try to discount it, but I feel like he would know where it is, like a rear view mirror, to like set up that joke. I feel you. It's still weird. It's like,
It's
why
very,
would you do
it's
that?
very fucking suspect.
But
It is.
I would see a way out of that as a point. Also,
I would also like to look it up at some point. Maybe he's spoken on it.
Mm.
I don't know much about it.
About
He
his
said-
fake
I heard
blindness.
a couple people talking
Maybe.
about it.
Maybe.
Who knows? We cannot be the first people questioning.
Exactly, we really can't. Like all of us start popping up dead because we said Steve's not really blind. Like bitch ass, like oh
Bro,
god.
what if he got really mad and had like an Instagram live with like he had, like,
And he
Mike
take his
Tyson on
shades
it?
off?
He said, "Hey, throw a punch. I won't flinch. I swear I won't flinch. You think I'm not blind?" He's like, no. He was like, "Throw a punch. I won't flinch." You got Mike Tyson just like thinking about like.
You're
trying to
the
make a
best
flinch.
puncher in the world.
Bro, god damn, you just got something off the street. Like you might die trying to prove a point. Oh, this is what I got into. The current conspiracy theory. It's been on my mind, and it's like this. What if y'all fuck with Tyler the Creator, right?
Of course.
Okay, cool. What if Tyler the Creator not really gay? It's just he's seeing the environment, like the niggas getting canceled and shit, and he's like, oh yo, I was wilding when I was dropping Goblin, saying I'm
For real.
fuck Bruno Mars, calling him faggot or whatever, and he's like, he like, oh yo, I be gobbling meat, but Tyler really don't be gobbling meat, he be fucking on hoes, but he say that just so he don't get canceled.
Honestly,
That's a little conspiracy theory I had in my mental.
He's such a character. I would not. I'm not saying it's off the table by any means.
And even though it's just some funny shit.
I could
like
see
he
him
not,
sucking a dick in person, and I still wouldn't know if he's 100% gay. He might just be doing it for show. He's legitimately
for the clout,
he's
sucking
the
dick for the
best
clout.
performer- He's the best performer I've ever seen.
Word.
Like me and Ricardo went. When was it? Last October. We saw him
yeah.
live, and it
Oh,
was a
shit.
different experience. I don't
That's
know how many
dope.
concerts
I go
we've been
to a con. I only been to 2, but I go to a Tyler definitely. I
Last
fuck with
year, before this whole Corona thing, I went to like a bunch of concerts, and he was by far the best performer. Just like everything was theatrical. His movements were so exaggerated.
it. When he had
like,
the little
you would
wig
see-
on and shit for
Yes.
ego.
And all of his shit has always been theatrical. Everything he's done, it's just like I could 100% see it. It fits the type of music he's trying to make right now. But I don't know 100% because he was on West Side Gun's album rapping about a man that he was fucking.
Oh shit.
He's rapped about men a couple times.
He has.
You know it's crazy.
He said he was gonna have Cody. He said he said a line about filling his house up with. He named like one white dude, and then he said. What's one of his
Cole
Sprouse?
Sprouse.
He's
Yeah.
like with a bunch of something.
Yeah,
Cole
it was on
Sprouse.
potato salad. He said
Potato salad, yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about blouses, and then he's going to fill his house with Leo DiCaprio's and Nicole Sprouse's. I said Nicole.
That was a bar.
I was
That was a
thinking
bar.
It
Yeah.
was delivered better.
Yeah, you did alright, but yeah, I can see it him saying the shit.
It was weird because
Like,
Potato
you know,
Salad is such a good song. And there's nothing-
I didn't hear that shit though.
You should.
Potato salad is
You
dope.
should.
It's dope.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. Only reason I had said I be forgetting, bro. I be high. But to be honest, that's what I say that. I'm like, oh yo, let me say it real quick before I forget. And I'm like, I'll remember, and it'll be like 50 minutes later. I'm like, damn, I still don't fucking remember. Then it'll be like after you leave, like 5 hours from now, like fuck,
I got
just pops back up.
You
But
text us at like 3 in the morning, like,
in the group chat, like, bro, we come back.
Like, I really wanted to know.
But no, fucking, I didn't, when he first came out, like Odd Future and like Loader Squad and shit, I didn't even fuck with him back then. It's when I got older, I went back and watched that and listened to shit, like, yo, he's funny as fuck. And then like, I fuck with his old shit, I fuck with his new shit, Scumfuck Flower Boy was dope, Igor was dope.
Bro, I feel like Cherry Bomb gets kind of slept on.
Cherry Bomb's dope.
Cherry Bomb.
Oh, yeah,
Cherry
I do
Bomb
like
was
Cherry
kind of
Bomb.
when I first started really getting into
You
it.
put me on.
And I don't even like rock music, so I don't know, like, honestly, I could probably contribute him to putting me on the rock music.
Tyler, the Creator?
Just because I didn't really listen to any rock music before that, and then after that, I like randomly found out that I like some rock music.
It all just came together.
It's interesting that you're calling it rock too, because I'm not disagreeing with you, because I look back and I can say I just never thought of it that way. But
Overall,
it's
like for sure,
it's very
not a rock
experimental.
album.
Though.
Yeah, but he had a lot.
A lot of different
was
sounds.
there was one song that's like for sure, like this is
Yeah.
this is pretty rock. It's pretty aggressive. It's pretty.
I love how creative he is, though.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator.
The
It's
ability
in,
to-
it's in the fucking name.
It's amazing. I started getting into Tyler off of Earl Sweatshirt.
Bro, for sure.
I like some of Earl shit. I ain't fuck with like his newest album.
I fuck
I think
with
he's doing
everything.
for some new shit, a new
He's
sound.
experimental as fuck, but in a different way.
Might as well rock with it.
Yeah.
I like all his old shit though. Was dope.
And his new stuff is for sure like, it's out there. It's definitely different. I like it just because I like him a lot.
It's an
It
acquired
took
taste.
A little bit.
Like
I
tap
had to
water.
listen to it a few times before. But he was another concert I saw last year, and he sounds 100% like he does on every MP3.
on wax. So, yeah,
Amazing. He's crazy.
that's
But-
dope. My favorite song by Tyler, I'd probably say Loki might be She with him and Frank Ocean.
Yeah. That song is fucked up.
Yeah. Just like the video. I remember when I first saw the video, I was like probably still in high school. It's like,
Some of the bars in there, he's like,
on some fucking like
Bro.
Joe from You type shit.
for real. He's talking about fornicating with a dead body and fucking talking about masturbating because he can't go on dates. I'm like,
That's
a little
wild.
aggressive, bro.
Bro, speaking of you, bro, do you know who Chris D'Elia is?
Oh, the dude from the show, he was like with the black hair and shit.
Have you heard about him recently? And,
I'm weak how you did the little glass shit. I heard it from
in recent months.
another podcast, the Andrew Schultz shit.
Yeah.
He was talking about it.
Schultz and Dave.
But basically,
Yeah, he's the redhead. guy.
what's his
His
name?
roommate.
That's not Andrew Schultz.
Is it not?
No, Andrew
No.
Schultz be
Santino.
He's like the Jewish
My
funny
bad,
dude.
never mind.
The Jewish comedian.
You're right. I don't.
But I know about like he was on You. That's the first place I ever seen the motherfucker. He was on You, but then apparently the shit was doing on You. He's doing in real life or some shit. But like from what they showed, like the screenshots and shit, it was like, oh yo, he was like hit somebody up. He's like, oh yo, they were like, oh, I'm 16. He's like, oh, my fault. Like he was block him. Then he unblocked them after their birthday, which weird. Like after they turned 18 or some shit, which weird as fuck.
I
But
saw
it's
somewhere he was
nothing
being
like,
really pushy,
oh, that's all I heard about the shit.
That's like one example.
and I liked his comedy before that.
I didn't even know he had no
Pretty
comedy
big
shit.
fan
I
of
just see
him.
that's the only time I seen him was in You, like
Really?
ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
His last
because he
special
was
was
in it.
great,
Word.
but then all this shit happened.
Sure.
Right.
When I saw that, I was like, no.
What
When I
did
saw the
the
next
actual
screenshot,
screenshot say?
it was people. There was like,
He was getting pushy with some
Yeah,
16-year-olds,
wasn't
basically
he?
trying to meet up because he was like in their
Yikes.
city, and he was like, "Hey, like let's meet up." Like she was like, "No, I'm 16." He was like, "Come on, you get backstage passes." Like,
Wow.
I can't quote it, but it was like it felt really pushy and kind of aggressive for a 16-year-old. And he was like 30 at the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like
Yikes.
19.
Yeah, not even like
yeah.
something that might be.
Not saying that like any
That's
of
better, but yeah,
good,
still.
like,
At least you're a
kinda
teenager.
see it,
You like, oh, you
yeah.
30, you a grown
Yeah.
man.
it blew me out, man.
Same.
I always liked him because he looks like he's fucking crazy, but I'm like, but he's not.
But he is.
Yeah, I was like,
So he's
I was like,
completely
not
sober
that.
too.
Oh yeah, so you was out
Maybe
here
that's the reason.
hitting up 16-year-old sober. That's even worse.
You saying he needs to smoke some weed?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
He might be like, dang, bro.
Just the cure from pedophilia. Just have him smoke weed. Yo, stop.
Put yourself
Whoa.
in somebody else's shoes for a
I don't
second.
understand how that doesn't like. I don't understand how that's so like. It seems like it happens a lot.
What?
For me, just thinking about kids, like I'm not even that. I haven't been out of high school for that long, and I think of like kids doing stuff in high school. I'd be
Right,
like,
like 16,
oh, that's so young.
yeah.
Like, but I'm like, people are really out here trying to fuck girls that are that old.
Like, yo, yikes,
I'm like, I don't
man.
understand.
For
that.
real.
Like,
Right.
Yo, but like, how would you feel like? Okay, so pedophilia.
Ah,
right?
fuck. This nigga.
Listen,
Like,
it's we've talked about this before. Like,
becoming
Yeah.
a sexual preference.
no, like not becoming a sexual prep. They're trying to do that shit. Which is
I've been
really-
seeing like some
it's
weird
fuck,
shit, like that Pizzagate shit I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like motherfuckers. It's like everybody in power is a fucking pedophile, which is wild, right?
Bro, they are everybody.
And, like,
What are you talking about, bro?
it's,
Bruh, like
there's
the fucking
definitely
Jeffrey
evidence.
Epstein shit, like
Okay,
presidents
Epstein
and
shit.
fucking
Yeah, you're right,
kings
you're right,
and
you're right.
princes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
it's-
that.
it's
Recently-
fucked up.
Also, this could have been Photoshop, but it looked real. I've been on the internet for a while, and I can spot some.
I can
Photoshop.
spot a JPEG from a PDF.
But there was
I know
a
what the fuck
picture
going on.
of Barack Obama and
let me hit that.
fucking Bill Clinton, I think, in a boat in France with a little child. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, onto their knees in between them. And that was all.
Or you think that would just like come
there were
out,
only
like,
2 seats on the boat.
Or you think that would just like come out like and like the government wouldn't see that and be like, hey,
I don't know, man.
If it was real, like
I think Bill Clinton for sure is
Bill Clinton for sure.
I think you need to take your political ideas
It's
out.
not even about political.
You got this man
ideas.
in power, and historically, men in power fuck weird.
Which is crazy.
That's deeper than rap.
That's it.
What other example besides Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, like a
Look
pedophile?
Look at all the
fucking
fucking
the
things on there.
motherfuckers from Rome. All them
For
niggas
real.
was fucking
All
kids.
the Pope,
basically.
the fucking
Catholic
Catholic
Church,
Catholic Church.
Christian Church,
There's a
Jehovah
lot of
Witnesses.
people that- I'll
Bro,
put it this way.
kings used to marry 14-year-olds.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a whole log of people that have been to his island a lot.
Right.
There's all kinds of weird people, and they haven't really proven that he was having child sex orgies on the island.
And it
But
wasn't.
it seems
I would
like-
say I don't think everybody went to the island because he was a rich dude. So some people might just been chilling. Oh, rich people hang in the same circles. But if you was going to that motherfucker like 50 times,
Like Bill Clinton.
It's
yeah,
some
you
weird
was
stuff, like-
you was probably
Prince
doing some
Andrew
weird
also
Do you
nut
know,
ass shit.
do you know about the Grove? You know the Grove?
Get your tail off that.
I forget.
Hold up, real quick. Pause real quick for somebody to walk outside. But is the camera looking good? We a little off
Yeah,
air,
look at that.
but fuck it. I think we sounding good too. Oh, Fish, what you saying, bro?
Oh wait, so have you ever heard of the Bohemian Grove? So every year, and this is it's not even a secret at this point. Like they have they've cataloged like the people that have been to it, and basically what it is it's this place in California that's like relatively hidden in like the woods where rich people go every year to meet up, and they'll I don't know if you know who Alex Jones is. He's crazy as fuck.
I know. Oh yeah, I know.
wouldn't
I know
trust
this.
most of the things that he says, but in 2001 he snuck in and recorded it. So it's not even what he said.
He got proof.
recorded them like dancing around a giant burning wooden owl. And to me that's weird as fuck, and I don't understand what
Right.
it is.
Like the little Drake album, little OVO.
Yeah, and look, so when you go real deep into the conspiracy stuff, people think they're like the top 1% worships like different gods than like what we do.
Yeah.
And like it
why?
gets really weird. You could look at it almost throughout history. People always want to like be the ones that are going to be saved in the end and kind of stop other people.
That's
when
like
you have,
every religion, really.
So there's like this really big theory that I read about, and I don't know how many people subscribe to that. But you got who's the guy that supposedly turned Rome to Christianity?
You talk about
Constantine.
Was it Constantine?
Constantine. So people think that he never really converted because there's some kind of evidence that he didn't really convert when he converted Rome.
Didn't people say that he redacted all that on his deathbed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a theory that the top 1% actually worships a different set of gods, and they're teaching us about the other ones to like hide that from the
Oh,
peasants.
word. I haven't heard that shit
can be,
before.
like, saved. I don't. That's like really deep in reading people's shit.
That's a nice new conspiracy
That's
theory
like,
though. For
that's
my
like super. But
for my
there's stuff
collection.
like Bohemian Grove where they worship that. Jeffrey Epstein had this weird ass temple that supposedly had a statue of Baphomet on the top of it.
Of who?
But
Baphomet is a
the little
god.
goat demon. You probably
Oh,
seen the picture
okay,
of that
okay.
shit.
People think that Freemasons worship Baphomet.
Okay.
Bro, and that
I want to
perfume-
worship a fun god.
I was like, yeah, well, Baphomet. He looks creepy.
Have you seen the picture like how what they think aliens really? I mean not aliens, angels really look like though. It's like they have 1,000 eyes type shit. It's not no nigga with wings. It's like that's some shit somebody just built some bullshit.
The Bible.
The Bible?
Yeah, it
how
says it in
weird
the Bible. Like
the
it's
Bible
like
has descriptions of like
mad eyes and shit. I'm about to put this dog outside. Stop fucking up,
Probably.
Peter.
Oh, they made a sound.
It definitely did. He just moved the whole. I mean, she just moved the whole mic.
What if angels are just aliens?
That was something I said before too. On another episode, like yo,
But what if the angels are the programmers?
Bro, there's a whole actual theory about that. Like, and they have specific names. It's like fucking Anunnakis or some shit like that. That they came down to Earth and then they inspired the Christian religion.
another.
Oh,
I
really?
was watching fucking Jurassic Park last night, and I hate to say the same thing. I feel like I never said this on here before though. And in the Bible before, it's like there were giants like on Earth. It was angels. They disobeyed God and they came down and started fucking on like females and shit. Yeah, they started fucking like on females shit. And when they had a baby would be half angel, half human, and it would be a fucking giant, just a big ass dude. And I was like, damn, what if like dinosaurs, the bones we found with them are the fucking angel? Because we don't know what the fucking angel look like. Maybe it looks like a dinosaur. Obviously, the dinosaur won't be as that big when it come out, but you know, it's just it grows.
Angel's a T-Rex.
Bro, everybody needs to name their guardian angel right now. I want Triceratops.
Fuck. Damn, I want that one. He got baby arms though.
A brontosaurus.
A Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus shit.
That one's cool.
Jurassic Park.
That's cool.
He's tough. And he got big
The
teeth.
one
and
with the
shit.
long neck.
A Brontosaurus.
The dude from
I feel like that's telling about your personality. That is what you think.
You think so?
I think so.
That's a brontosaurus. What's a
The
cool one?
long neck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty dope.
Yeah, you think you're above everybody else.
That's not what I was going
Bro,
for.
the Land Before Time.
The Land Before Time
That's
was
it.
gas.
That's
You
the
heard
thought.
what happened to the little girl?
Yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
died in like a car accident?
No,
Her dad killed her.
Oh shit, that's so much worse than a car. Oh my god.
I never even seen the Land Before Time, but I know about that shit that happened.
There was a show and a movie. Multiple movies, I think.
Yeah.
There's hella. There's like 8 of them bitches.
For real.
There was a child actor that's not a child anymore that died in a car accident. That's why I thought that. And
Well, obviously he's not a child
People die
anymore
in
because he
car
died
accidents
in
every
a car accident.
you can still be a child and die in a car accident.
Bro, me and Ricardo were talking about on the way here. One day we're gonna be old unless we do die.
For real.
Oh yeah, I said the same
That's some
thing.
shit- That's some crazy shit.
We're gonna be old or we're gonna die. Like
That's it. There's no in
Those are the
between.
only two
like,
options.
that's just what's gonna happen.
And you know what?
Well, you could die young.
Right.
Yeah, but I said you die though. Yeah, you either die or you get old. That's it.
This is stupid. Yeah.
That's pretty much.
Bro, but getting old seems like it sucks. Your body just starts deteriorating.
I want to be like my grandma. She like 71, and she like, it's like the ring. Look at me. I might do some funny shit. Hold up. We still recording. We might have to put like 3 videos together, but
Bro, it's alright.
it's fine. Hold up. It's this. I'm not even gonna stop it again. I'm just gonna let that bitch roll, so that way I can just put 2 videos together. Are you trying to come back through? Keep like that. Where you want? Oh. Well. We got 5 there. Now they both in here.
Lock the door.
This is back in the song called Areola too. It's from that that movie that Will Smith was in, The Spy. Movie. I never watched the movie, but
Oh, hang on. What are you talking about?
it's with Will Smith and the guy who plays Spider-Man now, Tom. They have like an animated
Oh, I remember
movie.
seeing that.
I haven't seen the movie, but the soundtrack for it, they got a.
Oh, matter of fact, I can leave the door.
It's really dope. It's like an animated too. It's like cool.
I can just leave the door.
This is a wild video.
Low key, I don't feel like stopping this shit again. So fuck it. I'm just gonna like put 2 shits together.
That works with me.
Exactly. But long story fucking short, I'm back.
The top 1% are all
That is gonna be
pedophiles.
Pretty much, yeah,
Bro,
basically.
fuck the top 1%. Fuck the top like 6%.
Hey,
I'm gonna be
that's
honest.
no wire.
Oh no. We might have to stop it again. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh. Alright, we back. But what I was saying was, like, when I fucking edit this shit and put it back together, because, like, I had the camera. I usually stop the video and stop the video.
Right.
Sound I can put together.
You're gonna have to
But it's
figure
gonna
out.
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck it. I'm a lazy piece of shit. Long story short, motherfuckers bad out here. But got us to that rewind, fucking spiritual theory, Tyler the Creator. I really feel like it could be real, but it could be like, you know, he just capping.
It could.
Because like think about it, you know, motherfuckers be so quick to count somebody like fucking the Rick and Morty motherfucker made a joke about the little baby shit or whatever. Which was some wild shit, some nut ass shit.
I don't even know what you're
I'm-
talking about.
exactly.
Oh, the Rick and Morty creator. Yeah.
It's like
What about him?
it's like a baby doll, and he made like a joke like he was fucking baby dolls and shit.
He actually animated a dude for.
Yeah, but some wild shit.
Damn,
Definitely.
It was like a long time ago. It was
What
like
happened if
an
you just-
episode for a
Yeah, it was like
spin-off.
like 10 years long, like 10 years ago. Type shit.
It was gonna be a parody spin off to Dexter.
Right.
Where
Wow.
Dexter went back in time to like stop. I guess that kid was gonna hurt people somehow.
Right.
So he went back and raped it.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, okay. Maybe the context behind just animating it is a little worse.
Yeah, but I'm definitely not stopping watching Rick and Morty. Like, no, none of that shit.
Rick
like
and
that.
Morty's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird what we allow
It's
to be
deep.
fucked up in our society. Like certain things should be fucked up that aren't, but other things that aren't.
They are normalized. Shit
Yeah,
get fucked
what
up.
the fuck is
I
that?
want to talk about examples of this.
Okay, go for it.
Right.
You gotta
Oh,
bring
me?
it to the
Right,
table.
right.
Okay, I'm bad at this. So shit that I need to define my
I think it'd be
terms.
really cool to talk about something that isn't considered to be fucked up, as fucked up as it should be.
I think.
Oh, right.
Okay, one, parents making their kids feel like trash in their own house, I think is awful. Why is that normalized? Why are you supposed to be your parents' like slave all the time?
That's
I
weird,
feel that.
right?
Like they use it as the excuse, be like, "Oh, I'll give you a place to stay."
Shut
You
the
supposed
fuck
to.
up. You're a parent.
You supposed to do
You
that.
fucked and had a kid.
For
This
real.
kid is yours. You take care of it.
For real.
To an extent, obviously.
I used to hear
Discipline.
like, we could be living in the projects, and I was like,
That's not on me. I didn't ask you.
I don't understand how I can help in this situation.
Right.
I can't get
I'm
a job.
10 years old. Like,
You're simply creating trauma that a kid is going to have to recover from. And
Right.
everybody in the world has some of that trauma. Whether it's
That's
directly from your parents or something else. Why do people have to like grow out of their childhood? Why do they have to?
Part of it, in my opinion, is definitely a lot of parents, and this is with my dad being, he has some southern tendencies as far as raising a child. So basically, like, I feel like a lot of people, they had aggressive parents, and their parents had aggressive parents, and they all end up turning out decent enough to have a kid now. And they're like, well, it worked for me.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
know-
well, motherfucker, you overcame. Don't
Right.
give me more shit to overcome.
Right.
Right. You shouldn't want your kid to go through the same shit. That's not the
Right.
goal.
Yeah.
The goal is
For
for
real.
them not to have to
Sure.
go through that.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think I found out the reason, like, because I've been listening, I've been like trying to read more and like just learn a lot more. This book that I'm reading, it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's like this shit was written back in like 1940.
Oh, that's
Still relevant,
interesting.
though, type shit.
Yeah, but this guy, like, he got an excerpt from like this thing that was written in a newspaper about parenting, and it was his dad who realized how he was like, he got into the habit of like correcting his kid a lot and like getting upset with his kid, and he realized that he was fucked up for that because he was getting mad at the boy for just being a little boy, and he was putting like he was measuring his kid with the same ruler that he was measuring himself with.
But you're a grown ass man.
Right.
And he likes it.
Exactly.
I feel that.
And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
It's deep.
I think a big part of that happening is people not overcoming their traumas the right way and not having kids after they've done that. Because a lot of times people don't even realize that they have trauma until their mid-20s, 30s, or whatever.
Right.
And by then you're supposed to have a kid because society tells you to. But like, are you ready to have a kid? Most people aren't really.
Right.
I don't
I don't think nobody is really, like, no matter how, but you'll be more prepared.
Yeah, prepared.
Like,
prepared.
ready is like a broad term.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
fair.
like, but
Well, I'm definitely not ready to have a kid right now. I'll get so mad at little shit, and I'll be like, bro, if I had a kid,
I think things.
like, just imagine, like, I don't know. I'll be mad if, like, little stuff goes wrong. So I'm like, I imagine, like, a kid fucking up something.
right, but it's
I'll
gonna
probably
always
the
fuck up.
Like, I definitely have.
They're
like,
supposed to.
Right.
Right.
That's the thing.
They're kids.
I'd like to think that something changes when you have a kid, but I think that change more and more. I'm believing that you have to make that change yourself.
I say it's 50-50 because, like, it's like let's see, some women or whatever, men too, they could be wilding out on some young shit, and then, you know, they have a kid. You know, you hear those stories all the time. Oh, my kid changed my life.
Puts things
So,
in
like,
perspective.
a maternal instinct or a fatherly instinct, you have the kid, but it's not for everybody. Because some people just drive the kid off and say fuck them. But I feel like, you know, that's why I say 50-50. You decide to make the change, or
It's been proven that mothers can hear at a higher frequency, and they have related that to a baby crying and the high pitchedness of that.
Oh, because they can wake up.
So
here
they usually wake up due to high frequency stuff. Men don't, but that's just not like in
because we didn't. It wasn't in our belly type shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's the case because I'll
For real.
sleep right through my baby crying. So I'm like, we gotta live together, Mom, because
I think
if
that
you're
goes
over
back
here
to that.
and she crying, I'm not gonna hear it. Just, I'm not gonna hear it. I'm
Have
gonna
you
sleep
guys
right
ever
through that
watched
shit.
Shameless?
I have my homie. He on the way here now. On his first episode, he was on the first. Shout out to Kion. He told me about it. I never watched it, but there's a bunch of wild shit on there from what he was talking about. Yeah, some nut ass shit.
Basically, one of the characters had a baby, and they're like way too young for it, and they're trying to take care of it. And then, so she was like, she went through like this stretch of time where she was like really positive. She's like working shit out. Like,
Make sure you speak up a little bit. I don't think you talking too low because it picked up early, but just in case.
So she went through like a stretch of time where things were going really well, and she was super happy, and she was like, when the baby cries, she'd be like, "Oh, stop crying." Like, she would take care of it. If it pooped, she'd just change the diaper. She'd just keep staying positive. And then one day she was like holding the baby and reading a book for school, and she just crashed and fell asleep and dropped the baby on the floor.
Yo.
And I was like, oh.
Shit.
It made me feel weird because it's a baby, and
Right.
it just showed like off the camera. You just heard like, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, Jesus Christ.
Bro, does that happen often?
What, the baby falling?
Mm-hmm.
Probably because people kill their
right.
babies by accident. They roll over on top of them and like
People
they
sleep with their babies and think it's good.
I really can't.
So
I
many
sleep
babies.
so wild. I get complaints now with a grown ass woman like how I sleep. So imagine a baby
That happens a lot.
type
though.
shit.
Because
Yeah.
babies a lot of times will just cry in their crib on their own. They want to be next to their
At
parents.
best, I'll put the crib in my room. Okay?
Right,
But like
right.
I'm not gonna. I already know.
But
set
babies
myself
crave
up
that
for
like
failure.
skin to skin contact type thing, or just
Right.
like physical contact.
Yeah, I'm a man child. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of skin contact.
It's just crazy.
Before I forget, definitely remember that shit you said about that normalized shit. What you call? We gonna come back to that.
Oh,
but
normalized
since
shit.
we was talking about that Rick and Morty shit, that counts as shit weird to me, bro. Like I understand, like we gonna stop supporting this motherfucker because some bad people who make good music or whatever. Like R. Kelly was wilding. That's the biggest example.
But even then, I kind of like his music.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm like, hey yo, fuck you. You a piece of shit. Am I never gonna listen to Above and Ground again? It's definitely gonna get played. One of my favorite artists is fucking XXX Tentacion, and he definitely some shit was like not what it was said not didn't happen per se because it was proven that it didn't happen. He probably did some of that shit though.
Yeah.
Keeping the bean, he probably did some of that shit. Did I fuck with him as a person in his music? Yes, but
I think people are wild. Like people on Twitter will be like, "Fuck that guy. I hope he went to hell."
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, first of all, this man, no matter what you believe that he did, which personally I wasn't a huge fan of him, and I kind of felt like he's kind of a shitty fucking dude. But regardless, at the end of his life, he was clearly trying to make shit happen. He was
Right.
trying to work some
Doing
shit
charities,
out.
like, trying
and
to-
he was clearly trying to make a change.
right.
So like
and
that's
not to
what
mention
made-
he was 20 years old.
For
Yeah,
real.
he was
Right.
doing this like,
For
and he
real.
clearly he was. I don't think he was doing it out of that being like his set person. Like he wasn't like he just a fucked up evil person in his heart. I think he was dealing with some shit in the wrong way.
Right.
Not to excuse any of the things that he may or
But
may
we
not
all
have
do
done.
fucked up shit.
Probably a
when
lot of
we,
that
if we
trash.
fucked up.
He
Yeah,
was
what
trying
you
to
saw
make a
earlier.
change. So people saying stuff like he should go to hell because of what he did. That shit pisses me off. That
Yeah,
makes me mad.
because think about it. Y'all all 20, right?
Yeah,
All of y'all
that's
20.
what I'm
You 21. You how old?
19.
What the fuck? I'm fucking 24. Oh, I think somebody's at the door. Do I want to stop it? I think I'm gonna hit pause. Hold up, let me pause. All right, resume X. But yeah, man, because like I'm 24. So boom, y'all young as fuck, 19, 20. I can say my fucking anybody, my girlfriend, my brothers, whatever.
In the shot.
Oh, is it in there? Can you see?
He's not in the shot at all.
There we
Boom.
go.
My girlfriend, my brother's friends, anybody would be like, oh yeah, you're not the exact same person you was 4 fucking years ago. So X wasn't the same person he was like 2 years ago. Like bro, if he would have made it longer, he would have been, you grow as a person type shit. Like Malcolm X was out here selling heroin, pimping out white women and shit. Then and then by the time he died, he was a whole activist,
Straight up, I'm not the same person I was at the beginning of this fucking quarantine.
For
Like, that
real.
shit has changed me so
Exactly.
much.
That's not even the beginning of the year. That's just like
For
what
real.
March,
It's
right?
been a
Start of
couple
March.
months.
So
Like,
exactly.
I've changed so much. And it's just, I think part of that's because I had to be alone for so much of it. But that shit will
Right.
change it. I mean,
But
like,
low
life
key-
changes you.
That's just one example, but that wasn't even what I was getting at. But she brought up X, like that's made me
Yeah,
think about it. But really, as far as that cancel culture shit, I can be like you a piece of shit, but I'm if I fuck with your music, I'm listening to shit.
I think
Like the
it's
shit.
about separating the art from the artist.
Yeah, boom. Because Tory Lanez probably shot Megan Good. I mean, not Megan Good, Megan Thee Stallion.
Why
I'm
are
pretty
people
sure.
shitting on her?
No, basically, they weren't really. I don't. Some people were, niggas on the internet be wilding, but
That's fair.
it was just like they wanted to know. They wanted to know what happened. They was like, "Yo, they're not telling a story," and like she was like, she didn't tell a story about. Hold up, are we gonna have to pause it again? We might. Hold up. Let's see. Oh fuck! Did I lock the door?
Damn. Watch the door.
I ain't gonna do that. Should I pause it? Or what?
Honestly, if we're still rolling, I mean,
We still rolling. Just slide through. Where you going? You going in there or what? I'm good at pause shit. We got about. And let me pause it here too. The boom. Exactly. All right, we back. But basically, long story short, they was in the car. They got in an argument. Tory Lanez, boom, shot her twice. That's what the story. But people ain't know because Megan ain't come out herself to say the shit. So they was like, yo, is she lying? Oh, this is a distraction, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Ain't got shit to do with me. I was like, that's wild. You shouldn't have shot over in the argument, though. That's some nut ass shit. Whoop-de-whoop. But, boom, then she came out herself and said it. And then people was like, I don't know. But basically, long story short, you know how people do shit like, oh, yo, we not fucking with you no more. I can be like you, a lame ass motherfucker for doing that. Like, that was uncalled for. But, man, Shink's tape. That shit slap. I'm listening. What's his last album? Let me go to Apple Music right now. I listen to this shit every day. I'm gonna send y'all the new Toronto 3. Motherfuckers gonna be on my ass about this shit. I don't care. The new Toronto 3 was hard as hell. Pain. I'll send this shit to everybody who in this house right now. And I swear to God, I listen to that song every day.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to the group chat. I'm gonna text it to you. I want to hear your response. Like, oh wow, this song is pretty legit. Actually, I don't know. I feel bad about the shooting and everything, but I gotta say this, some fire for the streets.
Do you think cancel culture really like works though? Because at the end of the
It
day,
has worked on like one person. Like literally,
for a little bit.
everybody else, it best they just get bigger from it. Like, cause all publicity, good publicity.
I think you get to a certain point where it's harder to touch you, but
Right.
a lot of people have lost their careers for that. People that are coming up, people. That
Oh, if you coming up, you gotta be more.
people that like,
You gotta
But-
be consistent, really.
Yeah, but
gotta
if
know
you-
what the audience wants.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
know your
another
audience.
thing too. If you come up and your fan base, let's say my shit, I don't think I said nothing too much nut shit on here, but the people that watch my shit, that's what they're there for. So if that's what you come up with, that's your core fan base. So they gonna fuck with you regardless. Now if new people come to you and they like, oh, what the fuck is this? Well, bitch, you like they fuck with me for episode 13, but they go back to 1 and like, what the hell? Like, bitch, nigga, I've been doing this shit. You late, you late. You know what I mean? Like my favorite artist of all time. Yeah, exactly. My favorite rapper of all time is Kanye West. So you know he can try to get canceled plenty of times. You know he be doing a lot of nut shit.
I think it's all
A lot
about
of
keeping your
that shit.
fans, because most of the time when people get canceled, quote unquote, it's some outside source being like, "That's fucked up."
Right.
But it only really works if your fans turn against you.
right.
True shit.
Because you can have fans who rock hard with you forever.
I
You
think
need
they
enough
also,
people that's enough people to really be
Those are the
like,
people
"Ah,
giving
yeah."
you money. It's not the
Yeah.
news. It's not these articles. It's people who are buying your shit
Or-
supporting your
yeah,
shit,
that's-
spreading
if
your
product,
shit.
If your product's handled through another company and they cut ties with you because of it.
Then you
That's
done like
fucked up.
financially wise.
Yeah, like you know who Roseanne is?
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, and then you gotta know how to really network too. Like, for example,
done.
the baby, he knows how to really like,
Right.
represent himself and what the hell he's got going on.
The only person I say the shit, well, it's two that come to mind, but one of the main persons beside Roseanne and another person I thought about is another way I feel like you could get canceled. You'd have to do something so fucked up, and it have to be done multiple times. And like there have to be actual, like there have to be
Something that's
physical,
gonna stick.
physical evidence, and even with physical evidence, it'll have to happen a bunch of times. R. Kelly, that's the main person because it's been happening since the '90s, and it's built up. Like he got so much against him. Maybe if it was like once or twice.
He's like locking women up in his basement.
Yes, like
Pissing
slave
on
shit.
women.
Yeah, pissing on women,
Little girl,
kids.
not fault.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
types.
because I'm like, you want to people to chick, like if that's what you're into, whatever. But that's a girl. That's
Yeah,
a-
bro.
Yeah.
That's a whole little kid.
I mean, Bill Cosby
Right.
was big as fuck, and he got canceled too.
Yeah, and the only reason him,
He got
the
it.
only reason with him, both of them, they had so much allegation, like not allegation, they had so much evidence against them,
Legit.
so many shit. Like if it would have been maybe one person, because we heard plenty of people, like 1 or 2 people, and like whatever. But if you have so much solid evidence, yeah,
You got that dude that was just beating his meat in front of people. He asked for permission and everything, and they still canceled him.
oh
The comedian,
Yeah.
white guy. What's his name?
with the ball spot.
All he
Yeah,
did, he
yeah.
was just a freak.
I must
That's
have
it.
living on a rock.
Louis
Then I
C.K.
had to-
Yeah.
Louis C.K. went in the hotel room. He said, "Hey, can I beat my y'all? Like, will you watch me while I beat my meat?" And they were like, "Yeah." And then they left that room, and they were like, "We only did it because he has power." And he got canceled.
Well, I think
and he still got
he's
back.
chilling though.
He's
He's
also
not
back to
chilling.
making comedy now.
Yeah, he's
So
back.
I think
It
people
took him
realize.
like 2 years, and he has to rebuild that basically.
Right.
Like,
Bro,
God,
he's got enough. Doesn't he still have his own sitcom? Like, isn't that still?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
He put out a
What's
new
his name?
special recently.
Louis C.K.
Okay.
He put out a
All he
special
did
on his
was be a
website, I
freak.
think.
Huh.
Yeah, basically he was on some freak shit. He
He's
wasn't
doing
doing
his
no,
own
Some freak bot shit.
yeah, you know, some freak bot shit. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
he'll be able to come back, but that definitely put back like his career. Like,
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
for sure a big setback. And most people don't want to talk about because there was the initial thing where they were like, "Oh, he sexually assaulted them," and that's all people really talk about.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people that just aren't gonna listen to him because that's what they think he did.
Whole time he just beating his meat.
Once
Yeah,
you find
he
something
asked
that
him for permission, and he
sticks.
said yes. I'm like, it's weird. I'm not saying it's not weird, but people, he's just freaky, like whatever.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Kion, you off camera, but I'm pretty sure Kion this mic.
Mystery man.
Mystery Man, guest from episode 1. You just walked in, but we just talked about episode 1 with the fucking Stevie Wonder conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you hear this episode, you gonna hear the other series talking about. There's a new conspiracy theory that dropped. But we talked about this shit. Have you, Kion? You seen the Midnight Gospel, right?
Of course.
And you guys seen the Midnight
Last
Gospel?
time I watched it was on
Okay.
Mushroom.
Boom. Funny. That's what you're about to get to. The reason Kion is here is my next episode is probably gonna be talking about my first acid trip.
Oh,
Because
shit.
I heard the Midnight Gospel. Yes, my sober buddy, my Midnight Gospel. Fuck the Midnight fucking Gospel. I heard the
I'll
show.
repeat a couple more times.
The Midnight Gospel. The Midnight Gospel. The Midnight Gospel.
Shout out the Midnight Gospel.
Shout out to Midnight Gospel.
Amazing. Shout out
Sponsor
Duncan
me.
Trussell, the fucking
Sponsor
creator.
me, please.
Amazing.
But long story short, I watched the first 2 episodes and I smoked and it was lit. And I was like, oh yeah, I heard it's supposed to be watched on LSD. So I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna be doing other shit on LSD. It's like a 12-hour fucking high from work.
Have you ever had done any psychedelics?
Mushrooms once, but it wasn't that intense for me.
I've-
Yeah. From Brandon, actually. Hey, Brandon.
See, the only thing I only indulged in marijuana. I really want to go into the.
Hey, hop in that fucking chair and
Mushrooms?
come close to the mic, my nigga. Since you
Mushrooms are a good jumping off spot. Acid?
Yeah,
I've done
I'm
acid
a real
twice.
intellectual, deep thinker. Like you can ask them yourself. I'm the type of person who has a very, very open mind when it comes to those certain things. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that I'm ready.
It's
I feel it.
fun.
I'm actually trying to lock something in my mind, my damn self.
I wish I had a third one, but I only got 2 because but fuck
I
it.
did my
taking
research.
two?
It's not for
No,
me.
fuck
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm taking one and she's gonna take one.
Make
I
sure
Say me and my
you're in a
girlfriend
good
take
spot.
We should have
What
one.
do we have? Of course.
Like,
Of course.
Oh, everybody,
Same
yo,
thing regardless. Yeah,
we got
yeah.
we on the podcast. It's like 30 conversations. Yo, Trent just reminded me. I'm a little bugged. Thank you. Trent been doing good with reeling the shit in. Boom. Long story short, though, Midnight Gospel. I'm gonna watch that. Next episode gonna be maybe not. Yeah, next episode I'm definitely gonna mention the first trip. Ready to see that. For those who guest audiences I meant who don't know what the Midnight Gospel is, it's basically what we do here. It's a podcast. Because each first episode we're talking about drugs, how they affected him, how he realized the shit changes he need to make while high, whatever. Second episode about death, cancer and shit like that.
It's legitimately excerpts from his podcast.
Yeah, it's real combos.
Being self-aware of a
It's-
lot of mind-altering things.
Exactly, bro.
It's-
But the fucking visuals, it's like for people, I have certain people who fuck with me. They're like, yo, I fuck with you, but I don't like podcast. That's why I watch you on YouTube instead. I watch a YouTube version because I gotta watch something. Like my girlfriend, one of them, like she said, I gotta watch something. I can't just like listen to shit. So if you don't like podcast listening, the visuals, like the first episode, they fighting zombies and shit, and it has nothing to do with drugs. It's just like
It's
some
like
visual.
two separate things going on. but
Exactly.
It's awesome.
It's
A
like,
lot of things going on.
especially if you fucking blow, you just gonna be entertained. You just gonna be.
Ending of that
fucking-
episode too, they started singing and stuff.
Episode
That was
one,
amazing.
episode one,
Episode one.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
episode to get bit.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
that shit
Oh
was fucking
yeah.
funny. So.
That show was
But
wild.
yeah, speaking about mushrooms,
Go ahead.
so probably 2-3 weeks ago now, I went back to my hometown with my best friend. We did mushrooms and watched all of it.
Oh shit.
I had the entire season in one sitting.
Sound like he was on the Magic School Bus.
Yes. I had already watched it through once, and then I'd watched a few episodes here and there a couple times.
Word.
But it's just, it gives me a amazing feeling about it, because there is a lot of stuff going on, so it just lets you feel everything separately, which is
Word.
really
Nice.
cool. Psychedelics are different because it feels like you can feel all your emotions at once, but differently. And watching that show through that is amazing because there's so many highs and lows, and the balance of what they're talking about, the balance of what they're doing, is amazing. Because
That's why I
two
said I'm
separate
definitely
stories.
throwing that bitch on. Like,
Bro,
today.
I feel like I've never heard anybody else say this, but when I do mushrooms, I don't understand TV. Like me and you could talk,
Yeah,
but if I'm watching TV, I'll be like, I don't know what you're saying. Like I don't understand what I don't.
It's just like a sound.
Yeah,
I had to turn
Yeah.
subtitles.
I'll be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, cause it was like the second time I did it, I was trying to watch this show with the dude who plays Ant-Man. He had this new show.
Okay.
I still never watched it because I was like 5 episodes in, didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just never. But I was like, I really wanted to watch it and I just couldn't. And they're like faces were moving and shit. And I was like, stop, God damn it. I'm trying to watch- like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just trying to watch the show. Like, I think there's like 2 of him now. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is that me? Is that the show? Like,
I think that is the show. I know what
it
you're
is
talking
the show. I don't know. It is the show.
No,
Starting to feel like Mr. Crouch.
Oh, you know me?
No, for real. I've taken the most I've taken was like 4 grams of shrooms, and
I heard that's a pretty good trip, bro.
Bro,
that was the
that was
craziest
the
shit.
thing. I took
Like an
I
eighth
took
or more.
4 Gs or whatever,
Oh shit!
and like it was my first time, and like I didn't. It might have been my mind. I might have been had more like LSD vibes, thinking it's gonna be more like that. But I felt like I was chilling, but it just felt like I could have smoked and drank and got to the same place I was at. But
You probably need to do more
I don't know.
I don't know. I got pretty high tolerance for shit too. So.
I know.
Acid's
That's like, you probably need to do more.
What I'm saying, like, if you
Keon just get a phone call 3 in the morning. Keon.
those 4 makes him feel stuff, and this man is like immune to anything.
I'm not immune, but
Bro,
like this shit
man
made me
doesn't
feel like
shit, bro.
fucked up.
This
Like
man is cold-hearted. Like
You said cold.
Yeah, depending on your body weight, from what I heard, and the mass, like
Yeah.
that's how
Right.
you really get like,
Definitely
a certain
a
type
fact.
of effect. That's why I said you got.
It also depends on your metabolism, how your
That
body
too.
works.
I got a very high.
How much you
metabolism.
eat before,
Same.
after, during, that
Right.
kind of stuff.
All these is factors.
for sure.
For sure.
I'm weak to everything, bro. And I don't have to spend
So
any type
I
of
write
money
them.
on weed. You know what I'm saying?
He take 1 puff. All right, bet I'm good.
People try to
I'm
be
good
like,
for the
"Oh,
week.
you're a lightweight." I'm like, "Yeah," and I spend less money on my license.
Have you taken
It works
acid
out.
before?
No,
No.
that's my acid and shrooms is my things that I want
What
to try
about-
very soon.
DMT.
I was just wow. I don't know if you read my mind, but I was just about to bring that up because
Okay.
that goes into what I was saying earlier.
What the
like,
fuck is that?
Very deep.
It's
DMT. That should be an
dimethyltryptamine.
episode 2.
It's basically a lot of rappers talk. A lot of like conscious rappers talk about it.
Very much.
Absol's one I know. The Flatbush Zombies. Shout out Flatbush Zombies.
I fuck with Flatbush Zombies.
Schoolboy Q?
Schoolboy Q, the fucking underachiever. A lot of like conscious rappers talk about it. But basically, have you ever heard of like ayahuasca or anything like that?
Yeah, it's
So-
you can drink it.
Ayahuasca, the active ingredient is dimethyltryptamine. It basically,
Yep.
it's in most living things. Human, like brains produce dimethyltryptamine. People say that it's what happens when you dream. That's not proven or anything. But basically, you secrete this liquid or whatever, and then you like dry it out, you scrape it, and then you smoke it. And it's supposed to be the most intense trip ever. But it lasts for like 15 to 20 minutes, and it takes you to a legitimate different world.
Oh, that's 5, 15, 20 minutes.
Very,
Um,
very much.
but it doesn't feel like it to you because time's weird.
Ah,
But
yeah.
it's legitimately.
They get in that fucking hyperbolic time chamber.
It's like in other words, from what I've been hearing, like I can tell you a short story. I actually got to run into somebody who actually had on them like I said in the water bottle,
Yeah.
literally just up the hill. And I was looking like, the hell is that shit water? He's like, no, this is DMT. I'm like,
I'm
The
intrigued.
funny part, huh?
No, I'm talking about you. It's like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, like, and the funny part was I was just now getting to learn more about it and study it, and he ended up coming a couple days later. It was one of my homies who was staying with me, and he had a friend that was in job corps, and he just started dabbling in with it, like every so often. You don't want to do it a lot.
Yeah.
It's not, you know.
You build a
you want to
tolerance
do
quick.
often, and then the process, you know, going through it is very, very kind of, you know, it's very, very sketchy for me because it's kind of like they say you feel like you're dying. It's like one of those feelings you get where, well, from what I've read up on and seen, it's like it's one of those feelings you get when, you know, you get ready to die and your life flashes before your eyes. So you start
see the
seeing
light
everything.
type shit.
You're starting to get like a very, very certain type of feeling, and then that's when, you know, you hit euphoria.
Are you talking about ego death?
Something like that.
Because
yeah.
people talk about ego death with psychedelics all the time, and
Yeah.
I've only truly experienced that I think twice. One off mushrooms, and then the other time when I did 2 tabs of acid. It makes you don't feel like you are you, if that makes sense. It feels like you are outside of yourself.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like astral projections.
Yep,
and
that
shit.
too.
Kind of, but only mentally. Like I didn't see my
Very
body or
mentally.
anything, but I felt like I was in the backseat. Like,
God,
my
somebody
body
else driving the whip.
a little bit. It was like
crazy shit.
yeah, I was a
Autopilot, but
different
he sees
person off 2
everything.
tabs of acid. Like completely different. I explored every different part of myself, good and bad, all the way to like me acting out, like physically talking
it was
as that
weird as fuck.
personality.
We were doing it together,
Mhm.
and like it was weird because he felt like a puppet master almost, like in the trip at the beginning. It felt weird as shit because like he was like almost like a puppet master's weird, more like director, and I'm like an actor, and like he would basically say some shit, and he mapped it out perfectly. He said that acid was like, you know that like circle shit, like the one that like moves and like you look in the middle and like your eye gets weird or whatever.
Bro, I wish we could get a close
I
up of your
felt-
face while he's telling this story. I had to like take my glasses off to see you.
It's crazy.
Like one of those moments where
like,
just for you to hear it.
No, but like, so basically, it's he said that the way acid works was you start getting more sober, and then as soon as you start realizing you're getting sober, you get thrown right back into it deeper than ever. And so
That sounds hard.
so
as
he
fuck.
would say that
remember
shit.
most of this
He
is
would
the
say
great
that shit, and he kept talking about how we were on different trips. How like I'd be going this way, and then he'd be going that way, and then say this is sobriety, and this is like really fucked up. Like things would get fucking weird.
We would be
I
on
was right
opposite-
here and he was right here.
Like opposite
'cause
sides of the pendulum. Almost.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. He was talking about how like basically we had to take care of each other in the moment, kind of like make sure the house, like we were cleaning up after ourselves, whatever. And I had a really hard fucking time doing that. I was like, okay. I fucked up last time. Right. I'm like, last time I left the fucking soda can right there. I'm gonna pick it up and then we're gonna get moving. But then I'm realizing I'm getting sober. And I'm like, fuck, shit, what was I supposed to do? And then he starts getting more sober and he's like, bro, see, this is the kind of shit you leave me with. I was like,
see, because I wanted him to like. This is very specific in the trip, but like in that situation, I wanted him to clean up after himself. But I would start getting so trippy that I couldn't keep track of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would get back. It was almost like I left the house and then came back and it was trashed. But it was trashed because of both of us, but it was on his time that it got worse or something.
on my sober time.
Yeah, on his sober time. Which is weird, but it was just the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah,
Because
that
with the
was
circles
like,
things,
that really is tripping about who's clean.
there
what?
there were definitely times, like, you know how in a Venn diagram you got two circles and there's overlapping where you're both together?
This was the coolest part.
When we were both the same level was where I had the most fun. Where
That
we
sounds lit because
yeah.
it's not like one person fucked up and one person sober. Y'all both like the same.
Yeah,
and I would
mentally,
fuck
so
up
y'all-
too. Like it was very even. It was
Yeah.
really cool, but I still don't remember all of it. Like he recalls the details so much better than I do, but that's something that I can bring to this, I guess.
That makes me think of something too, like y'all two being together. So it's like that's something I like. Like that's really the basis of the show, lift the combos, because
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
I love just getting either high, drunk, whatever, just fucked up in
Right.
general with people I fuck with, like say my girlfriend or like my brother or whatever, and we just talk. I like just talking, like lift the combos. 'Cause,
For
like
sure.
One of those hits blunts type conversations.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
because like when you even if
closer that
you're
way.
not a shy person, like it's certain shit you might not feel as comfortable to talk about, and then under influence, all right, you more down, like just like
Bro, I
express yourself type shit.
I feel like me and him are like brothers.
For
legitimately.
real, yeah.
I've
Bro.
never been as close to anybody ever as when we were both on that and both experiencing it the same.
Record a podcast, like I'm telling you, record a podcast with someone you're close to. Take 2 tabs and just see what happens, bro.
Be a
We
long ass
talked-
podcast.
We talked for fucking 12 hours
Straight.
12 hours. Like
Only
it was
breaks
like,
to breathe.
It was weird. It was weird. And like there was a moment where I had to go to a different room, and like I was talking to my girlfriend, and it was like 15, 20 minutes.
Not long at all.
Right. He felt like it was fucking hours, but
I got legitimately scared and worried for him. I thought, like, I don't know,
There you go.
something
Did you
attacked me
listen?
or attacked him. Like,
Bro,
maybe
Somebody
he
was watching
left.
us. I knew it.
And I knew he was on acid, so I was scared that he was gonna leave and
he
drive.
kept thinking I was gonna leave. He kept thinking that I was like gonna grab my keys and then fucking drive away.
I did not want him to go drive home and then fucking get in an
Well,
accident.
why would I do
was
that?
like, oh my god.
Everything's all good until you start going somewhere else. Like, right, bro.
Exactly, bro.
It's a different level. It's like
I
felt like I wasn't myself. Like again, I was in the back seat, and my body and brain were working, and I was watching it.
But what's weird is like he kept like, it was like he was saying things, and I don't think he knew how much they applied to my life, but they applied to my life. And everything he was saying, it was like, whoa, like that. How does he fucking know that? Or I didn't know that we were connected in that way. Like we shared that similarity. And then the way that I pictured it is like, so that fucking circle thing is like we all have our own little circles. Right, like, you know, me and Brandon are in a little circle. Me and Trenton are in a little
Yeah, it's like
circle.
the
And
Venn
then it
diagram.
opens up, and then it's our circle, and then it opens up
For
even bigger.
For
and
other
like,
people, yeah.
Right,
I feel
but
it.
everyone has that little fucking circle, and it just keeps on growing bigger and bigger. All essentially to say that we're all connected in one way. That's what I came away with.
It was
from
cool
that
too,
trip.
and like it felt like we were accomplishing tasks. Like
Yeah.
we were talking about stuff that we needed to become closer.
Yeah.
And it was like
Like look like a video game,
Versus
little
the-
achievements,
Yeah,
little
yeah,
achievements and
yeah.
shit.
it felt like eventually we were drawing lines to everything, and eventually the fucking thing filled up, and it was like yes,
Complete. Mission
It was done.
complete.
And at that
They
point
don't
is
know
when I
what
started
it
to
is.
legitimately feel like myself again. It was probably 12 hours exactly on
Yeah.
the dot, probably when I started coming down, and it felt like the picture was full.
I'm ready, definitely. But with that being said,
I was in California.
Was it?
I don't
What?
think so.
I remember being busy that day, but I don't remember what it was. And every time I hear you guys talk about it, I'm like, I should.
It was like a
You can just
Friday.
take acid with us, bro. It's that easy.
It was like a Friday, so you may have been working if I'm
Go
being honest.
tomorrow.
True.
I
Bro,
can.
fuck
I
it.
work tomorrow.
oh lit.
Also, wait,
I'm
so
not tomorrow.
back to DMT. Since I just want to say a couple more things because you seem like you didn't really know nothing about it.
Oh
So-
yeah, this is the first time I ever heard this
DMT's
shit.
crazy.
So
Perfect
here's
time to
a
talk about it.
here's
Yeah.
a theory about how it relates to even the Bible.
Okay.
So there's a theory. You know how I'm not real on my Bible stuff. Who's the guy that got the 10 Commandments and took them down?
Moses. You talking about the burning bush?
Yeah.
Burning
I
bush.
bet-
They
I
think
bet
that was
acacia.
an acacia bush, which has DMT in it.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think that he would have saw the DMT. And when people do DMT, they feel like they go. At first, you feel like you're going somewhere. So you'll just be like in your seat, like, oh, I'm fucking traveling, and like, oh shit, like, and then people say you either make it or you don't. If you don't make it, I guess you just come back. They say like when you smoke
Come
it,
back
it's like
right.
15 minutes. And then, they say it's like 15 minutes, and then when it's done, you're like back. You're like sober, like.
You could drive and shit.
Yeah, what?
That's crazy.
So that's one crazy thing that they think it relates to the Bible. Also, the Aztecs and stuff like that, they would do it to see their gods. And a lot of people that do it, like historically, will paint stuff of them being like handed knowledge from a higher being.
And the whole time it's just the DMT.
People see a lot of the same
Depends on what you
things.
want to
But
believe.
knowing the history behind DMT or what we know behind DMT, it does take you to a higher level of understanding to the point you can reach certain beings, supposedly.
Right.
People see the same thing. Those beings.
Allegedly.
Everybody is supposed to see the same thing, which is the craziest thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of
mushrooms
people
and
come-
acid doesn't happen. That's why our connecting was
Right.
so special, because we were on the same thing. That
Right.
doesn't happen with weed, alcohol, anything like that. You don't see the same thing every single time. Apparently, DMT, you go literally to a certain place.
Look, there's a,
And each person has a different thing, and they all go there each time.
well,
Type shit
sometimes,
like that.
so
Yeah.
okay,
Depending on your level of mind too.
I'm gonna retell a story that is somebody else's story from YouTube, right? Ricky actually showed me the video. So it's this dude talking about his first time tripping on DMT. He saw this purple lady, and it was like his kind of. They became like boyfriend and girlfriend, I guess, whatever.
Purple lady.
So every time he would trip, he would like visit her. They'd hang out and like do cool shit, like in this like other realm. And then his friend decided he wanted to try DMT, so he was gonna be like his trip sitter, right? So he didn't want to spoil anything for him, so he didn't tell him shit. He specified specifically he did not tell this guy anything at all about his trip.
Right, and if I might add, he was mentioning that the guy was mentioning that he had already tripped like 20 times on DMT from this, and he was saying like, okay, I don't even know if this is real. I need a sign that this is real or some shit. So.
Oh yeah, he had that conversation with her.
Right.
So he told her, he was like, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if proof this is real. So he has this friend that's gonna try DMT for the first time. So they pack it in like a bong or whatever, and they say you're supposed to take 3 hits.
Mhm.
In the first hit, you're gonna like kind of feel it already. The second hit, it's gonna feel like you're about to die. And
Yeah,
but they
exactly.
say you have to push through it and take the 3rd hit. You say, and in the moment you take the 3rd hit, it's like you're somewhere else. So he starts tripping, and he whatever happens, because it's not him telling the story, so you don't know the full thing. But when he comes back, he's like, hey, there was this purple lady. She wanted me to tell you. She said, hey.
Yo.
I just got chills.
He was like, for real. It was like while he was still high, he was like, "Yo, they love you here."
Yo.
Yeah, I'm like,
For real.
That shit.
Yo.
It's
That's
like so.
dope.
It's like why dude was already tripping. He helped him go ahead and
Yeah.
trip, and then he came there. Was like, hey, I'm here now. Like
Bro,
They went to the same fucking place. That's
private
insane.
party.
Well, no, the dude wasn't tripping with him. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
were two
like-
separate.
so
Like he
say-
did it by himself.
Like,
so
on
say-
separate
That's what I'm
so say,
saying.
like, you
Like
guys
he
are
came
friends?
separately.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just like after he just supposedly experienced the purple. It was like
Yeah.
just like you
came with
said.
the same- yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay,
So I got a question for you, bro. Well, it might be more a question for you. I know y'all both had your LSD experiences. Did
Yeah.
y'all have LSD experience?
I've not tried it.
Okay, so
Honestly, a little
this is gonna be the
different.
last thing before I wrap it up, so I can edit it and shit.
Good call.
So you two guys, Ricardo and fucking Trenton. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck about to say Titan. Have you seen Attack on Titan?
No, I know what it is though.
Yeah.
What's in the pocket?
What was I about to say? Oh, so basically, what would be your advice to a person on their first trip or whatnot?
Be open to anything.
Mm.
You gotta feel like you're floating and float wherever you think you need to go.
True.
Because if you put your feet down and try to like hold steady, you're
Guys
gonna
gotta
have
go
a
with the
bad-
flow.
Yeah,
I
100%.
feel it.
Because I've done 2 tabs and I've done 1 tab.
Mm.
That's all. I've only done it twice.
But
Yeah.
1 tab I did by myself, had a great time. Watched movies, listened to music. I freaking took a bath and it was beautiful. Everything. I don't take baths, but I was like,
I don't know about
goddamn.
laugh.
Just shit is awesome. Everything, food. You have different palates too, which is weird. Different times I want different things, but they taste amazing. Like, also the thinking. I feel like I've tripped a lot, so I mean, like my trip thinking is kind of, I don't want to say done, but I feel like I've thought about all the higher shit that like psychedelics could take me to, because I've done a lot of mushrooms. I've only done the acid twice, but it's fairly similar, like ways
Experience.
of thinking. It's a different vibe as
It's
a
more
whole.
controlled. I personally
Acid,
felt
yeah.
more in control.
With the acid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, I felt like I was just like, oh, like that. Shit
Yeah,
fell on my
yeah.
head.
It's a real body heavy high with mushrooms.
Mushrooms
Acid, I
made me
could-
nervous to do acid, basically.
That might be why, because I felt it in my body. Like that's why I said high drunk. So the shrooms probably like more body. So the acid, I feel like more of a
You
mind.
can feel
thing.
it on your body.
Yeah.
The way I would describe acid feeling, it almost felt like there was space in my joints. Not in a bad way, but I just felt like more flowy, more like open.
Yeah.
I felt like all my energy was just open and like very welcoming and warm.
Yeah.
But you have like, don't be afraid of the scary stuff too. Like
For sure.
that's something. There's a lot of scary stuff when you trip, but you have to go to it.
That's really why I was like,
Yeah.
I had the person I was gonna do it with, my girlfriend I was gonna do it with her, and then I got the sober buddy, shopping in Kion. So it all just
Yeah, just make sure you're in a comfortable setting.
I'm at
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm at this point where it's like there's a lot. I pay attention to the energy of the world as much as I can. So
Mhm.
as much as I've been on this, I feel like this is possibly the perfect time.
Probably.
right.
Right.
It's
Then I'm
a
gonna be
nice
smoking
way to
too. Like
reset.
why wait? I know it's gonna take like 40 minutes to kick in.
Right.
I'm just gonna be chilling, smoking. and
Honestly,
shit.
weed and acid was cool.
Weed and acid
Um,
is the best.
The
I have
feeling
very
of the weed, the high from the weed, goes down a lot quicker. I smoked a lot when I did acid. Mushrooms, when I smoked it, I didn't really feel it. Acid, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like it enhances it. Personally, like my best experiences with acid have been when I've smoked, and I always have waited except when we did it.
He's also
I-
my only friend that says that. His
What?
Yeah.
Abe says that as well.
Yeah.
I think it definitely makes
I've always like I don't know. I've always waited too long in the acid trip. I'll be like fucking 8 hours in, and I'm like, oh, let me smoke now. It's like, bro, you're a dumbass. Like, fucking
It's almost over.
You should
But-
take the tab, roll up, smoke, and then by the time you're done smoking, your
It'd be
high
good.
leads
There
you
was
to
some-
your trip. And it's
For
great.
real,
That's
there's some
probably the
crazy
best
shit.
advice I heard so far. So
Honestly,
that's
same
good.
with mushrooms. I like that. Eat, smoke, and then you're good.
It's a cool
Oh,
combo.
yeah.
How long does acid last?
12 hours for sure.
12 to 16. Like, be prepared. Like,
Right.
have your day.
That was me. I'm a big guy. I weigh, I don't know, 250 pounds. 12 hours. Even on one tab, the feelings were subdued, but it was 12 hours.
This is about to be an interesting Saturday.
But you don't get tired. You'll probably get tired if you're not on it. But acid, I didn't get tired till after it wore off, and even then, I slept 4 hours.
Yeah. I would say take it in the morning, for sure.
I
Take
was
it in the morning.
see that was the plan. I originally was supposed to do it yesterday. Motherfucker, the person I was gonna get, they flaked on me. Got
Mhm.
oh, me and Kion supposed to kick it this weekend anyway. So I just boom. Well, more likely I'm taking that shit at night. To be real with you. After I pick up my roommate,
Take
I was
it
waiting till I pick him up. I get back home maybe about no later than 8. Last 12 hours.
In
Right,
12
right.
hours. If you get back at 8, you will be up till 8 in the
Yeah,
morning.
definitely. And then like I said, I don't expect you to stay the whole time unless you just want to. But if you want to go, oh yeah, but whichever one, you know what
And
I'm saying?
honestly, if you get outside, even at night,
Yeah.
just like back here with the trees and stuff, you
Mhm.
feel so connected.
Oh, it's a nature and shit. I
It's
heard that.
weird
Nature
how
thing.
just like one you feel with even just literally like taking your shoes off and just putting your feet on the grass, you just feel connected. And that sounds like weird hippie or whatever, but like it definitely is. It just makes you feel grounded.
Right.
And then
Makes you feel like it puts things into perspective.
Psychedelics in nature just
They go hand in
Absolutely.
hand.
Peanut butter and jelly.
For sure.
And
Type
I
shit.
don't know
Except the beginning.
how far you guys would do it. Like this might not have ever been a thought, but like always, if you're taking like more than one tab, just do the shit at the same time. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
never split it apart like hours and shit. Like my
You'd stay.
someone I know did that, and that shit worked out horribly for them. They were like high for 24 hours,
Ooh.
and it was like I was with them. I was with them. I will talk about it later.
Fair business.
I was high with them when it happened, and like
that's a lot
it,
of time.
but I was high too, but I was on the come down, right? And
Right.
I was like, okay, they're cool, and then I fall asleep, or I'm about to fall asleep, and I can see the panic in their face. I was like, oh,
going
I was like, oh my god! I'm like, it's 8 a.m. I took this shit at like 1 p.m. yesterday. I'm like, holy fuck! Like I don't even know what to do when I fucking fell asleep. But they were telling me that it was a real struggle for them.
I believe
So
it. It's
do
not
not,
too
like,
bad.
separate
Yeah,
that
I'm.
shit.
I just,
'Cause it's, like,
we
two
just both
different
got one.
trips.
To be real. But appreciate you guys. Naked Baboons
This has
coming
been
out.
awesome.
Oh, you know,
Yeah,
definitely gonna
this
do Shap again. Trenton, Brandon, Ricardo. Even had Kion episode 1 pop
Yeah,
out.
heck
Look,
yeah.
lovely. So you know.
Glad to be here.
Well, cool. This has
All right,
been awesome.
let me fucking hit the button.
I appreciate you having us on.
No problem,
I
man.
kind of pictured you being a short guy. I don't know why.
Hey, man.
What the fuck?